Hey guys, Quigon Quasar here, back again with another Mass Effect Andromeda video. And in this video, I'm actually going to be taking a look at a really cool gun that I just unlocked in Mass Effect Andromeda. It's actually called the SANDSTORM Assault Rifle. Now, this is a very sniper rifle-y type of assault rifle. It's really cool. I've had a couple of warm-up matches with it. I got it out of a gold pack, out of an expert pack. It's called the SANDSTORM, as I just said. It's very cool. It's got a very high damage per shot. I'll shoot it now. It's got very high damage per shot. The refractory period between each shot is kind of slow, so you're gonna have to wait a sort of like a long while between shots. It's kind of like the sniper rifle, assault rifle of equivalent of the phalanx pistol. I'm gonna give you like a rundown of this weapon, the advantages and disadvantages of this weapon in this video, and telling you who it's for, what class it will work well with, and what playstyle it will work well with. Now, to start off, this is going to be sort of like the point of reference I use for this video is going to be like this gun's closest rival, in my opinion, which is in fact the that guy just got wrecked, which is in fact the Mattock Assault Rifle. I believe that it performs very similarly and in a very similar way to the Mattock Assault Rifle. Apart from the only big difference is it probably does a little bit more damage per shot. It's less semi-automatic. Takes a little bit longer to shoot each shot. Its fire rate is a bit slower, and it actually comes with a pre-installed scope. You can't install a scope on this. It just comes with a scope. Now, I should say that with this loadout, I'm actually rolling with the Rosarad submachine gun pistol as well. And the reason I'm doing that is because I believe it's a very good hybrid. It's a very good loadout style to have this gun, which is a high damage per shot at least for an assault rifle, with a gun like the Rosarad to take down shields, to take down barriers, to take down shields. Very good. Now, this gun, where this SANDSTORM Assault Rifle sort of suffers, is taking on shielded enemies. In some of my warm-up matches prior to shooting this video, the thing I noticed about this gun is that it does not do great against shielded enemies. It really doesn't. It takes a while to take the shield down. Obviously, I'll show you the fire rate now. I'll shoot as quickly as I can. The fire rate is not that great. It's not bad. It's really not bad in any way, but it's not that great. It's not as good as the Mattock, and it's certainly not fully automatic or high rate of fire in any way. So it's going to be quite indecent or quite crappy when it comes to taking down shields. If I can demonstrate that to you later on, I will, once the anointed start appearing, the shielded enemies of the Cat faction. I'll demonstrate how bad it is at taking down shielded enemies. It's also not that great at taking down enemies at close range, as you probably just saw. Had a bit of trouble taking that goddamn Space Dog Wraith thing down at close range, and that's simply because it's got a pre-built scope. It's got a pre-installed scope. You can't really do anything about that. I don't think you can modify it so that there isn't a scope on it. You might be able to, but not to my knowledge. So the Rosarad, packing the Rosarad, is not only going to help you take down enemies at close range, it's also going to help you take down shielded enemies. That's the big one. That's like the big kicker. That's the big downside of this SANDSTORM Assault Rifle. It's that it's really not great at taking down shielded enemies. It's really not, as you'll see once the anointed enemies start appearing later on. Now, this gun, in my opinion, works best with combat-focused guys, like combat-focused classes. If you're running into battle with Biotic or an Asari Adept, it's probably not going to be the best weapon for you, especially if you're using like a Quigon Vanguard type character or something, because they're very close range based characters, and they're very powers, and then on their abilities. So you're probably going to want to use something that's lighter than the SANDSTORM. So, for example, like the Rosarad just on its own, so it's probably not going to be the best for a power-based character, but it's quite good for like a supplemental power-based character, like, for example, the Infiltrator, who is kind of power-based, but at his core, he's focused on combat. He's like a soldier, just with a little bit of an assassin style. Where the hell did that guy come from? With a little bit of an assassin playstyle infused into him. So it works with those like supplemental, like those sort of hybrid characters. It would work well with the Sentinels, maybe. It would also work. Right, here we go. Here, I'm going to show you these. Oh, well, that guy already took his shield down. All right, then he's using the Rosarad as well. But yeah, the Rosarad's obviously, as he just demonstrated, much better at taking down shields than this weapon. So that's why you'll want to pack it. Now, this gun, the SANDSTORM, is very accurate. Like I already said, it's very accurate. It doesn't miss a lot of shots. It's really good. In my opinion, it's kind of like the sniper rifle for people who don't want sniper rifles. It's very accurate. It's very good. It performs very much like a sniper rifle. Obviously, the damage is nowhere near. Like, the Widow has like 1,200 damage currently, at least on my account. I think I've got it like level 2. I think I've got upgrade version 2. of the Widow, and that's got like 1,200 damage. This has got like 151 damage, so it's nowhere near as much as the Widow, but it performs like a sniper rifle, and it performs well enough. I'm just going to shoot this goddamn space dog in the tail, and it performs well enough. It performs like a sniper rifle. It's going to fill this sort of the playstyle and the role of a sniper rifle, but you're not going to be like using the disadvantages of a sniper rifle. You're not going to get the disadvantages that you would get if you used a sniper rifle, like the long reload times, the one bullet in the chamber. You know, if you miss it, it's a high risk, high reward. If you miss a bullet using using a sniper such as the Widow, you're screwed. If you miss it, if you haven't got a secondary, you're kind of screwed after that. So this is like a sniper for people that don't want snipers. And that being said, what I said before about it not being great for a power-based character, that being said, it is a lot better for a power-based character than a sniper rifle is, like a full-blown sniper rifle is. So if you're dead set on a long-range or very accurate weapon, then this is probably the one to go with. It's probably the one to go with over like a Widow sniper rifle or the Black Widow or something. Probably the right weapon for you if you want something more accurate, but you don't want like a brutally heavy amount of weapon weight. You know, it's great for you then. Now, like I said, the refractory period is very low, so that's also one of the reasons why I'm packing a Roswell, packing a secondary weapon. Because if, say, for example, you're shooting at an enemy and it's right in front of you, maybe it's a fiend or something that can finish you in one hit. Now we've got some anointed. I'm going to prove how useful the Rosrad is. Now, see, look, your shield's down. I'm going to take him out with this. See, that's the tactic that I would recommend. Now, as I was saying, the refractory period of this gun, say something like there's a ton of enemies in front of you, you're shooting at them, this is really not the gun to go at short range with, and it's only got 12 bullets in the chamber. You need to switch out. You get the Rosrad, for example, that's close range, and very good at close range, very good at taking out shields, and very good at sort of panicking at melee or melee distance. Is very good for taking out enemies at this distance, for example, at very close range. It's honestly, it's a very good gun. The SANDSTORM is. It's just a sort of niche. You have to fit it into a pretty decent playstyle. You can't just, wing it and equip the gun. But, oh yeah, that'll be fine. It's not like a all, it serves every purpose, like say the Avenger or the Mattock, or some of the weapons that can really be used in any way, shape, and form, any way by any character. It's not one of those. It's sort of got its own little niche to it, and you're going to have to incorporate, another weapon, or at least a very sort of precise playstyle with this weapon. It's an advanced weapon. Let's just say it's an advanced weapon. Now, in my opinion, this is probably better than the Mattock, in my opinion. I will be showing you the stats at the end of the video, I should say. In the outro of the video, I'll be talking to you guys a little bit about the stats of this gun, and the actual specs of it, rather than just talking about how it feels. Now, with the Infiltrator, I should say, with the Infiltrator, this gun does work quite well. It's like I mentioned before, it works quite well. You get the tactical cloak damage buff, where you go into cloak, shoot an enemy. The first shot you shoot is buffed. You've got more damage. It works with that. Works well with that. Obviously, every gun you use when cloaking as a human infiltrator, every gun you use when you're using the tactical cloak is going to receive a damage buff. But the slower, more semi-automatic weapons, the more high damage per shot weapons are going to profit better from those from that ability as opposed to the Rosrad. So if you're going to use an infiltrator, don't go cloak and then use the Rosrad, because you're not going to get, there's no point using the damage buff for the Rosrad, because it does so little damage per shot. This is a gun for you though if you are using a infiltrator, and for some reason you don't want to use the sniper or the Widow, or maybe you don't have them unlocked, you don't have any good snipers unlocked, or any snipers that you particularly like unlocked. So this is probably the weapon for you to go with. Like I said earlier on in the video, it's actually out of an expert pack. It constitutes as a rare weapon, I guess, then. If it's out of an expert pack, which is actually the gold pack, it will cost you, it'll set you about by 50,000 credits. That's the one I got out of it. So if you want this gun, definitely look around, open up gold packs. You can find it out of premium packs, but if you can find it out of gold packs, you're just going to waste your money. If you're opening premium packs and stuff, you're just going to waste that extra 50k, and 50k is not easy to come by, so probably go for the gold packs to find this. Now, in my opinion, this gun is very good. It's not something that I would use with every character. You've sort of got to, all right, when you're picking a class, or when you decide to use this weapon, you've got to think about, is this class going to work with this weapon? And some of the weapons in this game are like that. Some of them are, one size fits all. Great weapon in every way, such as the Avenger Assault Rifle. That's one that you can sort of fit to any mold and fit to any character. But this weapon is definitely, like I said, a niche character. It's something you sort of have to fine-tune to your character. Now, the Quigon Mercenary, which is sort of like the toughest and most, soldier-esque character in this game, in my opinion, currently at least. So maybe the Quigon Gladiator. The Quigon characters in general would probably benefit from this, apart from the Quigon Vanguard, obviously, because that's very close range and very biotic focus to this gun. At close range, like I said, not good at close range, and it's going to weigh more than a pistol or a submachine gun is, so you're probably not going to want to go with this for a Quigon Vanguard. But everything else, any combat-focused characters such as, like I said, the Infiltrator, the Human Infiltrator, or even Sentinels, or the soldiers like the Quigon Mercenaries, any of those, this gun will work fine. Whether those are the characters that this gun is suited for and is the best to use with. Now, I'm using it pretty well with, I'm not saying I'm doing well, that would be arrogant, but I'm using it to pretty good effect with the Infiltrator. It does remind me of, damn, we're about to get freaking pinned the hell down. It does remind me of the sniper, the Widow Sniper Rifle. If you've seen my other videos, especially the Human Infiltrator videos, you'll know that I use the Widow Sniper Rifle tons. Like, I love that gun. It's my go-to gun. It's like my bread and butter, especially when I'm using the Human Infiltrator. So to go away from it, it usually feels crazy and feels weird. And I miss the gun because I love that gun so much. But with this gun, it kind of reminds me of it. It kind of reminds me of that weapon. It's kind of reminiscent of that, and it's good. It's good in the same way that the Widow is, just without some of the advantages and disadvantages if the Widow is not for you, or maybe if you haven't unlocked it, because it is pretty rare. I think it's like it constitutes as a rare weapon. I think it is, or maybe even an ultra rare. I'm not sure, but if you haven't got the Widow and you've got this gun, then this is the gun to go with. This guy's getting revived. I'm just about to head down here and help this dude out, but never mind. Now, honestly, in my opinion, it's not the best long-range weapon in the game. It's probably not even the best assault rifle in the game. But in terms of the... Oh, this guy keeps going down, doesn't he? In terms of the role it fills, the long-range sort of rifle, but not sniper rifle, it does do very well. It is one of my favorites. Is it better than the Mattock? I'm really not sure. In my opinion, it's better than the Mattock if you want it. If you want it, if you can fit it into... sort of fit it into your character playstyle enough. It is better than the Mattock in that sense, but if you want like a one-size-fits-all, the Mattock is definitely better at that sort of playstyle and at that sort of... oh my god, I'm about to get squashed by this goddamn Ascendant. The Mattock is a better weapon for one-size-fits-all, and it's much better for new players, so if you're not too experienced or your gun isn't that great, then this weapon is not probably the one for you. It's not the best weapon to go with, in my opinion. We're actually playing on bronze. I probably should have mentioned that. We're not playing on silver or on gold or anything. We're playing on bronze. So just, for some reference for you to know how well this gun does against people. But I think once you upgrade this gun, once you get some mods for it, like I said, I don't think scope mods will be available unless they're like thermal scopes. I don't think you'll actually be able to get rid of this scope that it comes with. But I think once you get mods on it, and once you put weapon mods on it, and once you upgrade it, I think it will be a pretty decent weapon. It's a very like specialist weapon. If you want like a specialist, like a weapon that you can fine tune and get used to, it'll take a while to get used to. It's much longer to get used to than say the Mattock or the Avenger, for example. But once you do, you can probably use it to better effect than the Mattock. This gun, with the Mattock, you can generally just rock with that on its own. You don't need to take a backup. But with this gun, I would recommend taking a backup. I would recommend taking the Rosrad, or maybe the Charger submachine gun, which is like the other high rate of fire submachine gun, as opposed to the Rosrad, for example. God, this guy just really wants to kill us. Goddamn, get wrecked. I had to use my Cobra then. I'm sorry, I would have used this sniper if I could, but no, that guy was about to squash us. But yeah, honestly, if you want a more like specialist weapon, like I said, go with this. If not, if you want a one-size-fits-all weapon, go with the Mattock. Stay tuned to this video, obviously, though, because I'm going to be showing you specs at the end of this video. I don't actually know the exact specs. I know it's got more damage than the Mattock, slightly more damage than the Mattock, but not like a great deal more damage. But obviously, damage isn't the main focus of assault rifles generally anyway, so any extra damage is a plus, is a good thing, because usually they don't have that much damage anyway. Usually it's the medium range style and the fire rate that's pretty damn good, and sort of the usability. This gun, like I said, very hard to use, very hard to get used to. It's one of those guns that you just sort of have to play and play and play until you get good with. Like I said, I've had a couple of warm-up matches prior to this video, about 4 in fact. And I'm only sort of getting to grips with it and learning how to play with it properly and sort of, you know, being effective with it. When I first used it, I was like, how the hell do I use this? What the hell is going on? I'm just going to chuck some bombs, random bombs. Goddamn, full extraction. No, that's always good. Full extraction. I could always use the extra credits. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys the specs and the stats of this gun. So I'll be back with you guys in a second. Alright, so we are on the weapon selection screen. I'm going to show you how this gun compares to the other guns. As you can see, I haven't got all of the assault rifles in the game. I've got the Avenger, I've got the Zalkin, I've got the Mattock, and obviously the Sandstorm, which is the weapon that I've just used. I'm going to show you the stats and the specs compared to those weapons. Now, to the Mattock, that's the big one. That's, like I said, the closest rival, at least out of all the weapons I've got. Let me know if there is any other assault rifles that are similar to the Sandstorm. That could sort of be a rival, and if it's got more damage, I'll check it out once I do unlock it out of a pack. But right, the Mattock, it's got 98 less damage, and bear in mind this is the Mattock version 2, so it's going to be slightly better than the Mattock that you get out of a pack when you first get it, the default Mattock. Now, it's got 98 less damage the Mattock has. That's got a pretty good damage. The Sandstorm, it's got like 154 damage. That's pretty damn good for an assault rifle. Obviously, it's not the 1,200 of a Widow or anything, of the Widow sniper rifle, but it's pretty good. It's better than any of the others on this list, but we're more interested in the Mattock and how much better it is than the Mattock. It's got almost twice, well, in fact, over twice the Mattock's damage, but it's actually got less. It's got 195 less, 195 points less rate of fire. Obviously, the Mattock has got a much better rate of fire. Like I said, it's the Mattock's going to suit more ranges than just long range, medium to long range, whereas the Sandstorm is just medium to long range. That's why packing a Roserad or a Charger submachine gun as a backup is so necessary, in addition to using it to take down the shields. And the max clip size has actually got 4 more points for the max clip size the Mattock has than the Sandstorm. And the Sandstorm has actually got, it's got a couple more, actually, 3 more points in accuracy. It's got a lot less maximum ammo reserves, and that max ammo is how much ammo you can sort of carry on your holster, how much reserve ammo you can carry. Now, that's always important, because sometimes you just can't get to an ammo box, or run into an ammo box. It's going to put you at a massive disadvantage, or in, you know, the middle of a fight, or a very high kill zone. So the max ammo thing, that's a big no-no for the Sandstorm, at least compared to the Mattock. Now, like I said, it's less accurate. The Mattock is slightly less accurate than the Sandstorm, and it weighs less too. So it's going to slow your powers down less than the Sandstorm. So honestly, end verdict, in my opinion, the Sandstorm could be better for some people than the Mattock, but the Mattock is going to be much better in terms of one size fits all. It's going to fit with basically all of the characters. It's got a very good weapon weight. It's only 24. Whereas the Sandstorm is 35, so the Mattock has got a pretty damn good weapon weight, even if you're using a very power or biotic-focused character, such as the Asari Duelist, for example. Then you can still use the Mattock to good effect, and your power cooldowns will be pretty quick and pretty snappy. Whereas if you use the Sandstorm, it will be slightly slower. And obviously the scope, if you don't like scoped weapons, or if you don't like taking 2 weapons, this is going to be a big problem. This weapon is probably going to be a big problem for you. Like I said, for the more combat focused characters, such as the Sentinels maybe, or especially the Infiltrators and the Krogan mercenaries, the human soldiers, the Sandstorm's going to suit them very well. And like I said, if you use it in the right way and incorporate it into sort of the right play style, then the Sandstorm could be used to better effect than the Mattock. But overall, in my opinion, the Mattock is probably better than the Sandstorm. By the way, just before I end the video, let me just show you. How do I show you this? Right. I'll show you a little bit of the description of the Sandstorm. Now, the Sandstorm isn't actually like a Ket design. I thought it was a Ket design. I thought it was Ket technology, but taking a closer look at it here in this weapon selection screen, you can tell that it's sort of like looks like a rebel, sort of like a makeshift weapon. It looks like it's been thrown together out of odd bits and pieces, and it actually said that the Sandstorm was developed by exiles from the Nexus after their arrival in the Helios cluster. The design of the semi-automatic weapon has been streamlined and appears to adapt certain non-initiative technology, meaning that basically rebels, like exiles from the Andromeda Initiative, scrap this weapon together, I guess, out of scrap parts or out of makeshift parts, and it adapts like a certain technology or technology style or build style that isn't in keeping with a lot of the other like initiative technologies. But yeah, that's my end verdict. The weapon's pretty good, but it's not the best ever. It could be very useful and very good for longer range characters, but like I said, definitely pack a good high rate of fire secondary if you know what's good for you. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed or find it useful. If you did, please leave a like in the video. It would really help me out and I would really appreciate it. If you want to see any more of my content, I'm going to be uploading more Mass Effect Andromeda videos than any other YouTuber, so you should definitely stick around and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video or if you enjoyed any of my videos. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.